Hello YouTube, just going to make a quick video on how I repaired and how I'm going to repair this rain jacket. It's one of your typical lightweight Goretex waterproof jackets, mountain equipment, Firefox, 250 quid 8 years ago. 250 quid, Jesus Christ. Did I really spend 250 quid on a jacket? Anyway, since I did spend £250, I didn't want to throw it away just because this slider broke. Now, I fixed a number of zips in the past, and what you would normally do is simply look on the back of the slider. You'll be able to see here on this one. Maybe not in this video, but anyway, I know it's a 5CN, and this one here is a 3CN, so that's what broke off. But the only place I could find that would sell it would be London Trimmings in London. And the zips are incredibly small, as you can see. Well, certainly the ones I got, I couldn't get an exact one like that. I also ordered some off of eBay, tried both of them, and they're so small, because what you have to do is you have to open up the slider with a screwdriver or something, and then you slide it onto the zip track, and then you crush it down again with, you know, just what you should do is just do it with a little punch very gently. Just do the whole thing very, very gently, and it should work. I'm not entirely sure the slider was the right one for this track, because these are special waterproof zips, and I was very gentle with it. It just didn't go. It just wouldn't work. So the only other option I'm left with is to replace the entire zip. That means the slider and the track. Looked into that. Because these are special waterproof zips, makes them much more difficult to get hold of. These are most zips would be stitched in, some even in rain jackets, but in these particular high performance ones, they're glued in. So I contacted a company called Europa Trimmings. They had the zip, brilliant, but it was coming all the way from Japan and would take 4 to 6 weeks straight from the factory. It cost £9.60. The other option was Shelby in Finland, which would take 3 days and €8.80. So the only problem was that it was it was a bigger size of slider, but it was the right length, right colour. And I just thought, well, sod it. You know, it's just, you're not going to see it from, you know, the distance. So, and I didn't want to wait 4 to 6 weeks. I mean, I can't believe I'm not one of these people who's like, you know, super nerdy about this stuff, that I'm going to wait whilst my jacket leaks just so I can get the exact right zip from Japan. It's a bit of a joke. So got that zip and glued in with this stuff, which is, I have to say, really fantastic for any waterproof repairs. With all these modern materials, you need kind of a modern glue that does the job. If you heat it up again, it softens again, so that's kind of nice. I mean, you have to properly heat it up. But it is really waterproof and really sticky and does the job, even though I made a complete pig's ear of it. And the reason being, because I didn't know, don't make the same mistake I did, I didn't know that you couldn't clean it off afterwards. I don't know how you would. I tried hair drying it, but this material is so thin, you end up damaging the material. Probably some of that damage is a result of the hair dryer. You can't wipe it off. It just, yeah, don't make the mistake in the first place. What you want to do is tape up the line, or maybe tape up the zip as well, so you don't get any residue onto the actual external parts you're going to see. So I'm going to tape up this bit here, because this bit's now split, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Right, so I've used some masking tape. Whatever you do, do not use duct tape like I did last time. The residue it leaves behind is awful. You can't get it off the jacket. I mean, that's generally the case with duct tape, isn't it? So I've just squeezed some of that into that gap. I've just done that one already over there. I'm just going to press that down. And then I'm going to keep that compressed. Maybe just put some books on it or something for a good 12 hours and then come back to it. Alright, so I actually left this for 24 hours. Remove the masking tape. Don't leave it any longer than that. Even the masking tape will leave some residue once it heats up. If you leave it on there too long. Doesn't look that pretty, but it's waterproof, and right now that's all I really care about. I'm sure you could do a better job. The Storm Shore glue has to be stored in the freezer. I mean, it says that on the packet, but yeah. And then you just warm it up every time you want to use it. A couple of quick final things I thought about might be useful. I would never ever buy... I would buy a high-end jacket again, but I would never ever buy one with glued-in zips. Nobody can repair them. Even there's these companies online like Scottish Sports Gear or something, and there's another one up in the Lake District, and they claim they can repair all jackets. And yet when I send them a photo of this and tell them it's a glued-in zip, they basically say, well, it can't be done. So that literally means, like, even if the specialist can't do it, it cannot be done unless you do it yourself, like I've done, which is a major PITA. Okay, anyway, another little side thing is I also managed to lose the bags, which are really handy if you want to keep it packed up. So here's my waterproof trousers, very similar. If they're small enough, they'll fit into a mobile phone case. That's what that is. That's the best thing I could find for that, but that won't fit in there. I've ended up with a laundry bag. I guess you could use a sock or something else, but anyway, that'll keep me going for a while. Good for another 10 years. So yeah, hope this was useful to somebody. Good luck.